Hi everyone, I'm going to be talking about this TDS meter that I got from Amazon. I'll put in the link below of the description. I'm going to just, this video is a little bit of unboxing, and I'm going to actually use it for my tap water and fish tank water, just to measure the TDS, the total dissolved solids in my fish tank. And this would measure like the dissolved minerals, salts, and organic matter in the water by measurement parts per million. If you see when in the video, when I do measure it, it will show ppm. And here we have the in the box extra battery packs, extra batteries for the TDS meter. Actual TDS meter with this little how do I say, the little manual version with instruction how to use it. On the back, I didn't show in the video, it had a barcode behind it just to have access to the manual as well. Here's the back of the TDS meter. Here's a little manual, and it gives you pretty much like, you know, your typical instruction: operating, turning it on, as well as caution. Talks about like the battery info replacement, how to use it, as well as further, if you open up further in, there's like a little scale showing what was like that was shown on the back of the TDS meter that was shown earlier, and as well as like telling what is TDS, screen color guide. This is the part of the video failing to open the battery pack, and here's the probe. This is where you'll just stick it in the water. Then it will just take a reading and it will display on that screen there. So here now, after struggling to open it, here's the batteries. As well as there's this little plastic tab in between the batteries, so you just have to remove that to have the actual TDS meter to operate. So here we have 2 jars of water, one for my fish tank and tap water. And to on it, just press the on button of the TDS meter, and I'm going to submerge it to where I'm pointing for the water, in the tap water first. And here it shows around 187 parts per million for my tap water. Also going like the different modes here. Not sure what that measurement is, have to look into it, and also the temperature, Celsius and Fahrenheit, of the water itself. And you just to measure the next whatever new sample, just press the clear button to clear the value and just submerge away. And as you can see here, my tank water is having high TDS levels. It's about 1,320 parts per million. And I'll quickly show like in the back of the scale, just seeing like the different modes, checking like the temperature as well. So based on the scale, my tap water, this is in the moderate range. Here you can see between 151 to 300 parts per million, and my tank water definitely exceeds over 500 parts per million. Now I'm gonna just quickly test, like in terms of like, instead of using from my jar, just directly in the fish tank, and well, it still shows a high level of 1,425 parts per million. with these tests that's being done right now, this will change in terms of how I'm gonna approach in taking care of this tank. Maybe less away from a natural method. If you can see here, the white crust on top of the tank here, forming on the side of the tank, the edges, these are like the calcium carbonate. As water evaporates, these are left over, so it's a sign of like a high mineral content in my water. Because of the high TDS levels, I have to do now water changes, and it's been like a year since my first setup of this tank, so never done it since, and now I would have to start doing it just to reduce the levels. Doing some quick maintenance, like in terms of moving some plants from the back of my tank to the front, just because of like the hydro compactor plant was growing way tall and covering the light source for the other smaller plants underneath, so just putting it more up front so they'll get more sunlight and light from the actual LED. Now I'm just topping off the tank with water, and I did treat it with the dechlorinator. Show an image what I use to remove the chlorine and chloramine. So my goal right now is to try to get this TDS level to around maybe 300 to 400, just based on like what I've looked up on YouTube videos, or try to, well, lower than 1,000 for sure, just because of I've noticed that from my previous attempts to try to keep shrimps and snails, not successful. So now it could just be due to just not doing water changes and keep using tap water as a water top up, and that increased the amount of minerals in the water and the high TDS levels, which doesn't allow these other creatures to survive. And here's a quick update 2 days later just to see TDS levels. It's about 875. So yeah, I'm gonna try to maintain trying to do water changes maybe like once a month. Well, try to do more often than no water changes, unless I'm able to get RO water or distilled water with less mineral content in the water when water evaporates to top off my tank. The important thing is to make sure to reach a level where my tank is thriving and make sure levels are consistent. I hope this amateur video has been helpful, and thanks for watching, everyone.